Good morning, everyone, and happy Easter. I am just getting our morning ready. We are about to start to get everything ready for our Easter lunch. So I'll show you what we're doing. Okay, so first off, Ezra would love to show us a tour of his forts. Okay.
And this is mine, which has a light bulb.
Yep, he loves the light bulb.
And then I play.
Yeah, those are his basketball hoops. Good job. I've just converted, obviously, my classroom into little areas for Ezra to play. And then we have our game table right here, just kind of out in the middle of it. But with Easter, Paul right now is outside. He is actually filming something, which woo! But he's getting the Traeger ready. And I am scrubbing potatoes. Lucky me. Right, this is about 6 pounds of potatoes, in which I'll be making some cheesy potatoes with those. I know everything is so different with this being on quarantine, but let me know in the comments what you would have done if you weren't supposed to be home. we probably would have visited my father-in-law and gone to church. And so today I'm wearing one of my church dresses, more casual with just some sandals. But yeah, I'm still getting in the mood of Easter. So let me know what you guys are doing in place of the things you can't do. So right now, Paul is going to be getting ready to prep our ham to put it on the Traeger. I'm so excited. And I am going to show you a super easy recipe that you can make for dessert. So I thought I would make an easy slow cooker dessert. So this will take a couple hours, maybe 2 to 3 hours, but I am going to do it on a lower setting. So that's why it's going to take that long. My crock pot cooks a lot faster and hotter, so that's why I'm going to do it at a low temperature. If you're a slow cooker, just go ahead and cook it on high for a couple hours, but it's going to be peach cobbler. And all you're going to need, all I did is take some cans of peaches that I had and just kind of strained out a lot of the juice. You're not going to get everything out, and that's fine. So I'm just going to put in my 2 cans. Plus I had like some extra ones, like these little cups that my kids weren't eating. We'll throw those in there too. So you want more than 2 cans worth. It calls for 2 21-ounce cans of pie filling, so that would be really good. But I don't have pie filling, so peaches it is. And I'm going to bring you closer to do the rest. All right, we're going to just put a box of cake mix just evenly on top. It's still going to be kind of all over the place, so just do your best. This will make the crumble part. Just kind of spread that around. It's probably a good idea to spray it really good ahead of time. I forgot, so I just sprayed around the edge just now. And now we're just going to put I'm taking a stick of butter. Unsalted is best, but I have salted. We're just going to put that all over. And that's going to be it, you guys. All right, so that is it. We're just going to cover that up, cook it on low for a few hours or a couple hours. We'll just check it. I have Paul now in the kitchen. Yay! He is getting that big ham ready for the Traeger. And he was telling me his plans, and it sounds delicious. So you already cleaned it outside, huh?
I cleaned the grill outside, yes.
And that's going to be a video, right?
We'll see. I'm not sure if I like the way it turned out.
So while that's going, I am going to start putting together the cheese mixture for the potatoes. And then I'll just keep it in the pan, because when I'm working with the potatoes, I want to work fairly quickly. And another side, or I guess one of the major parts of our meal, I made rolls yesterday during my live. So if you didn't stop by the live, if you click on I think it's the video right before this one, there's a link there to the recipe that I used for these, and they are delicious. So I'm just trying to get all of these things prepped and going before we do our church at home. I'm going to get started making it. So I've got my cream of chicken soup, milk, sour cream, cheeses, flavorings. And I'm using extra sharp cheddar this time instead of just regular sharp cheddar. I figured with fresh potatoes, it could take a little more oomph, right? So we're just gonna get this going, and I'm gonna put it in a large bowl so that I can start mixing in the cubed potatoes. Isn't required that you melt everything down. You can always just whisk it in a bowl ahead of time and just put it in and bake it. But I like to get all the cheeses melted together, and so that it just kind of makes it an even coat, so to say. So I'm just going to pour all of that into this bowl here. Oh yes, looks so good. And get all of that goodness out, and I'm going to start adding potatoes to it. Hopefully it won't overflow. Had all the potatoes, and it was quite labor intensive. So what I'm gonna do now is just transfer this into this 9x13, but I think there's gonna be a lot in here, so I might have to do an 8x8, and then I'll show you what I do next. Here's my favorite part to this recipe. So I love having the crunch on top, and the original recipe calls for like 3 tablespoons of butter with cornflakes, and you kind of melt it and swish it around and then sprinkle it on top, which is still very, very good. But my mother-in-law told me that her mother would just put crunched up chips. Same thing, right? But better. Nice and salty already. You don't have to get the butter going. And so I'm just gonna finish crunching these up and sprinkling them on top. So I've tripled the recipe, so you can see that it'll probably be, if you just follow the recipe, an 8x8 or 9x13, but just a lot shorter. So I'm gonna put these in the oven for about an hour or so, and then I'll check them. But it's looking good. We should go check on the ham. So we're checking on Paul and the ham. He's in his little man cove here. It says 80 degrees. Ugh. I think that's a little warmer though. What do you think?
You know what you need to do?
Huh?
Smile more.
Smile.
You gotta make sure I was running smile more strips.
Hey, if you guys aren't following Paul Fix's stuff, we're trying to get him to 1,000 subscribers. Oh, that would make his day if you went over and subscribed.
Do it.
Do it. Do it. All right, let's take a look at that ham. Wow, I just see the bottom part down.
That is.
Oh man, that looks good. Okay, you can see that we have it spiraled, so that some of the pieces are starting to kind of loosen up a little bit. That's what we want.
Let's see if we can turn on its side.
Oh, mamacita. That looks so good.
I want these to open up.
Now, do you need a little tray or something like that to put the sauce on and keep it on the Traeger, or how are you going to do that? Oh, you have one over there. So we're just going to use the sauce that it has, but because it's on the Traeger, it's giving it a whole nother dimension of taste. It's like so good. So how much longer do you think it'll be?
Not long. I better shut that so the heat doesn't get up. Maybe another hour.
Okay, good, because that's when I think my potatoes are done. I ever showed you guys this like seating area that Paul built? Yep, stuff like this is what you're gonna find on his channel. He's a Mr. Fix-It. This is very old. You can see that the material is starting to fray over there, but it's held up pretty good, huh?
Yeah, but this isn't on my channel.
Oh, I know, but I mean, stuff like this is on your channel. You're fixing things and doing stuff. We're gonna get started with our church for Sunday. We thought we would just do what we've been normally doing, but also just watch a little movie about our Savior, about the resurrection, and what the meaning of Easter is to us. You guys, I am can't wait to eat, but having church at home has been really nice. We just had an awesome church time together as a family, And now we're watching some stuff on YouTube, some videos, and I think I'm going to try to load up the Andrea Bocelli in Italy, which let me know if you have watched that. That looks really good, so I want to watch that while we're kind of prepping for our lunch. But Paul's right behind me. He's making the glaze. I could have opened that for you. So he's just making the kind of the packaged glaze mix, but he's going to put in some pineapple juice. Good idea.
I'm full of those.
Okay. To peek at the potatoes. Oh, yes. So in about 10 minutes or so, I'll probably take them out. Give them one of them a taste, just kind of a spoonful. So that way we can see if the potatoes are cooked through, which I don't see why they wouldn't be, because when it's freezer, it takes longer because they're kind of a little bit like harder, I guess. But these are fresh, so it shouldn't take as long, right? And it's gonna be time to eat. So we're gonna add the glaze to the ham. Paul's ready to get that going. All right, he got it on the pan, so now he's just going to glaze it, and then we just put it back in for about 10 more minutes or so. Oh yes. It almost looks like caramel.
I almost feel like we should turn this on its side.
Paul has cut the ham, and we've started already dishing up. So good. Wow, look at that. You like those rolls? So we have a lot left over, probably a whole 9x13 pan. But over the next couple of days, we'll be having leftovers anyways, so it'll be really good and gone very soon. So a couple of things that I learned. I love it with real potatoes. I think I'm going to be doing that from here on out. So you guys, you don't need to go to the store, look for hash browns, look for, the country style, potatoes, which is what I always did. I'm just gonna cube them, and you saw how I did that, just kind of small cubes. I mean, it was the same thing I would buy at the store anyways. It did take longer to cook, so that I was surprised about. So it took a little over an hour and a half to cook, and instead of sharp cheddar, I used extra sharp cheddar, and that worked out really nice. So I'm going to write the recipe below in the description box, so that way you could always have this recipe with you, and it'll just be so good, you guys, for sure. So yeah, that was a good bonus to my recipe. So we're going to be having some peach cobbler in a little while, and I can't wait to try that too. Our weather report that I looked on my phone says we're expecting rain. It's nice and sunny and warm, like 73-ish or 72 or something like that. But about 4 to 6, there's thunderstorms coming. So, I hope we get them. But that kind of changes a little bit of the plan. I wanted to kind of go walk in the desert this evening. I'm not sure if we're going to be able to do that, but we'll see what we do.
This is what?
So we're deciding to play
Rummy Cube.
Rummy Cube. This game is so fun, and it's a lot of thinking involved. So it's only for 4 players, but we like playing it, huh? Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. Board is starting to get clear. We all have 2.
Keep recording.
Paul has now 1.
Ooh.
Who do you think will win?
Who do you think will win? I don't know. I think I know.
Uh-oh. With my numbers here, I can't win. Well, Paul's the winner.
What else is new?
So the winner has to clean it all up. After we've flipped them over.
Joyfully.
I think we only had like 1 or 2 left, huh, Jonas?
I know, I had a blue 13 and you put down that. I got happy.
How about you, Ezzy? You only had 1 left, huh?
Yeah, and that was an orange 12.
Orange 12. I think I had like an orange 12 too.
Ezra played really well this round.
Yeah, he did. It's getting easier for him. And that's his basketball hoop on the door.
Oh, wait, I'm going to play some.
Hey guys, Should we have some dessert? Looks like I gotta put some stuff away. Those potatoes were hot for a while, so I think now it's probably time for them to go into the refrigerator. So let's take a look at this cobbler. Ooh, that looks nice and crispy. Looks so good on top. So what we've done is we've made our own like crumble on there with the butter and the cake mix, and then the fruits on the bottom. Guess what we're gonna have that with? Some ice cream. So the cobbler is still pretty hot, so we're gonna let it cool and go on a walk around the block. Look at these clouds. Expecting rain very soon. So I got a lot of frizz going on from being outside because it is a little more humid because rain's coming. And like I said, the forecast said thunderstorms around 5 or so, but I'm thinking sooner since it was already starting to do some sprinkling on our head. So we're back inside now, and I think it's time to have a little bit of dessert. I think that is ready to start dish up the peach cobbler. I think I'm gonna have a little tiny bowl of it because it just smells so good. Look at that. So good. So the last time I made this, my dad was here and he was just super impressed with how delicious it was. You guys, so easy, right? Gotta have a little bit of ice cream to make it a la mode. One thing about me is I am not a huge fan of ice cream, so just a little bit. This is really good. This is the life right now. Just sitting inside. It's a holiday. I'm with the family. I guess we've been together for about a month now. Awaiting a thunderstorm. It's good. It's a good life. I hope you had a wonderful Easter as well. I hope you were able to FaceTime or message or text or call loved ones, and we're able to have some treats or some kind of special dinner in honor of this special day. Let me know below if you did. You guys, stick around, rollers. You just never know what I'll be rolling out next. Bye, everyone.